Yes, blessed love, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life given. We give thanks for all good things around us are sent from Zion above. So we praise Farai for his divine love. And definitely we do give thanks for this opportunity to be here with you live on Kailash television. This evening, we supposed to be we had planned a live stream event via Zoom with our honorable brother, but there have been some technical issues that whereby we will not be able to actually conduct that interview how we would have liked to. So definitely, we were supposed to be doing a live with Brother Riza Islam this evening, and based upon some technical issues that we are having down here, we really won't be able to actually conduct that interview how we would have liked to, because we wanted to really go into the whole realms of his new book, Message to the Millennials, and also look at the whole aspect, as he is a humanitarian brethren who deals a lot with the whole aspect of black empowerment, and also a man who has led lots of protest action against certain aspects when it comes to the unethical usage of particular substances found in the vaccines and so on. So definitely we give thanks. I mean, definitely for life and the mighty life given, we give thanks that that it will be reorganized in a manner whereby we could actually get the fullness of it. Because what happened is it's supposed to come in a particular manner, and then it's just not organized in how it's supposed to come in. So we do apologize for that for this evening, and we're looking forward to actually make it happen. So tonight we're going just to stay on track, and we're going to keep on giving thanks for life and a mighty life giver, as we know that definitely as we are approaching the end of this September month, and we are going into the month of October, and then the October, November, and December, and then we are in 2021. And this year has definitely been a year of lots of challenges, and it's been an awesome year. It's a year whereby basically lots of challenges, lots of different things happen. I mean, we had the COVID and all them different type of things there. But with all what has happened throughout the year, there have been, all the challenges have actually led towards an upliftment. And for me personally, I would say that 2020 has been a great year. I mean, it's a year whereby plenty things have happened. Plenty things have happened. And for us specifically, it's been a year whereby we as a people have been able to deal with plenty things on a high mystical level, where it comes to how we were able to adapt ourselves, how we were able to basically, move on a level whereby we could have been more efficient, and then also move in a level whereby we could offer more to our people, So I give thanks for that. Everything that has happened with coronavirus and all them different things, I give thanks for that. I give thanks to all those of you who are with us live tonight on YouTube watching. Justin Corner, give thanks from St. Martin. Jamie Albert, Brother Bro, give thanks. I think you coming from Texas. Empress Dora, Vancouver, give thanks. Natasha Lake, coming out of St. Martin, give thanks. Artis, Hale, give thanks. I cannot say exactly where you are coming from. Quincy Emmanuel, give thanks. St. Lucia here. Definitely Goddess Ethiopia Uhuru, blessed love from St. Lucia again. We give thanks. Gertrude Baron, yes, give thanks. Is it a must that someone over 50 have colonoscopy test? You asking questions already. We'll get to all these things there very soon, sister. But we give thanks for all those of you who are here with us tonight, and we do glorify that divine opportunity whereby we're going to have a wonderful moment in a high level of interaction when it comes to the whole aspect of wellness. Because I mean, nowadays everyone is just there waiting for the flu season, and everybody and all countries are changing laws and regulations when it comes to, even in St. Lucia. I was reading this new COVID-19 bill that they actually going to put in place, and all them different type of things happening right now. So even personally and individually as people, there must be plenty things that we supposed to be doing as people to actually put ourselves in a position whereby we can say, well, look, we are more prepared, we are more organized in a way whereby we could deal with our own self, how we could actually sustain ourselves, how we could actually keep ourselves good and strong and well. Because nowadays, I mean, I mean, before people used to be afraid of going to hospitals, I mean, people used to be afraid of going to, I mean, up to today, people still afraid of going to hospital. I mean, right now, St. Lucia, we have a new hospital. But with coronavirus, people even became more afraid to go to hospital because you know how it is. The hospital was the place whereby everything used to happen. So everybody was afraid to go to hospital, so we give thanks that definitely that the coronavirus have actually allowed people, right, even to have that greater sense of responsibility for themselves. Because a lot of people, a lot of people now have become more keen when it comes to the whole realms of how to take care of themselves. How is it that they're going to be dealing with themselves? How is it that what they're going to eat? Wezil Patwa from Trinidad, give thanks. I think the phone number should be on screen. Okay, all right, give thanks. Right, so definitely, so when it comes to that whole aspect of how it is that we take care of ourselves, the basic components of how it is that we're supposed to maintain that high level of hygiene, we now supposed to have that full understanding within our own self and say, well, look, okay, well, because of so and so and so, because of so and so and so, because of so and so, we're going to do so and so and so. Now, growing up, there were things that we were introduced to as young people when it comes to the whole realms of, okay, eating and drinking and how to take care of yourself and what you're supposed to eat, what you're not supposed to eat. I grew up in a time when the elders used to tell you, don't eat pineapple at a particular time in the night, or don't eat banana at a particular time. And yet still, they would say, okay, don't eat banana in the evening, or don't eat banana at that particular time. But if you're going to be eating bananas, right, there is a way that you can eat the banana, meaning that you have to peel the banana upside down. So, okay, they say, don't eat the banana in the evening. You only eat banana during the day. But if it is that you have to eat banana, right, you take the banana, you put it upside down, right, and you peel it upside down, and you could eat the banana, and you'll get a bellyache. Because they say, boy, you'll get a bellyache if you eat the banana way back in the evening. So with the pineapple, so they have a particular type of a way that you could peel the pineapple or skin the pineapple to help to prevent that pineapple from actually getting you sick. Because if you eat it in a particular type of way at a particular time, right, that pineapple can give you a bellyache. Or even the banana, you could eat a banana at a particular time, right, and then basically what would happen, right, you would have definitely have to specifically peel it and treat it a different type of, or else you're getting sick, right? So yes, the ancestors did have a particular way of organizing stuff. They did have a particular rituals, particular things that they actually did to help to ensure that we were strong and well. And what they were saying was the truth. And the science that they taught us is a science that actually work. It's a working science. It's a science whereby, look, right, you could do this. Don't eat banana in the evening. Okay, all right. But if you have to eat a banana in the evening, you have to peel it upside down. The tip, the black end, break it and pull it down and eat it like that. Now, naturally, growing up, that's how I eat my bananas. From the time I hear them things, say, I've always been eating my bananas, starting from the bottom and peeling up. So you now might say, well, guys, so them people are just saying whatever they want. And you don't respect what they're saying, and then you miss out on the blessing. So the same way when it comes to the whole aspect of the herbs, right? So they would say, well, don't pick herbs after 6 p.m. So you're not supposed to really interfere with a herb after 6 p.m. You're not supposed to go to onto a tree and break a branch of a herb after 6 p.m. But they'll tell you again, but if it is that you are going to, right, use the herb, what you have to do, and it's after 6 p.m., the sun already set, what you have to do, you have to shake the herb and wake the herb tree up and say, okay, all right, brother, yeah, yeah, wake up, patchouli, wake up, patchouli, wake up. And I just need to use a couple of leaves there so I could make some tea. You know, I have a little upset stomach. So at least you rise up the herb. So the ancestors taught us that. So how serious do people take these things? I mean, okay, well, that's you want herb, just go and just take the herb and just go and utilize the herb and just use the herb. No. Right? So all these things that we actually learned growing up, these things there were key in the whole aspect of how it is that one's supposed to take care and nourish themselves and prevent themselves from getting diseases. As I said tonight, and Honourable Prophet Jabi, give thanks for being here with us, my Lord. I don't know if you're in England already or you're still in America. I know last time we spoke you were in New York City. And I don't know if you're still in New York City. Honourable Prophet, give thanks for the eye. We know that we were supposed to have Brother Reza Islam with us live today, but due to some technical difficulties, that connection has not been forthcoming. Yes, Akim, give thanks. Blessed love, Honorable. Lana Mela, give thanks. Give thanks. So definitely we will reorganize and we will re-promote it. And we do apologize for that. That tonight we could not have the Honorable Brother live with us as we will. And I know a lot of people were actually expecting it, and we got a lot of feedback from lots of people even here in St. Lucia. So we will just reorganize and make sure that everything is up to par, right, on both ends, whereby we could actually bring forth that aspect. So this evening, what we're going to do, we're going to reason about the way of the ancestors. Okay, so what is it that normally that would happen when it comes to the dealing of particular types of conditions? How is it that you would take care of some simple little things that people might be saying, well, look, you know, I was, okay, they have these people, okay, plenty of people have what you call liver spot, what they call it luta. Now, luta is like some white marks people just have all on their face. It's all on their face and the back of their necks, on that side here, on the whole back. You just have that kind of liver spot. They call it luta or lota. And liver spot is something that, I mean, it's called liver spot for a reason. It's called liver spot because the liver is basically responsible for detoxifying your blood and then releasing the toxins in your gallbladder that then releases it in your intestines. Now, the toxins coming out of your liver is what actually gives your feces that kind of brownish, yellowish color. Right? So when it is that one has a congested liver or they have saponification in the liver whereby they drink alcohol or they are an alcoholic, what happens specifically is that the liver itself starts to deposit, right? Because it cannot actually detoxify the blood as effectively as it's supposed to be detoxifying the blood. The toxins itself begin to be deposited underneath the skin or in the eyes or underneath the nails. So people with liver issues would basically, you'd see the nails are very yellow, the eye is very yellow, the skin has a yellowish hue. They call it jaundiced. So that means that you are jaundiced, meaning that the toxins, all that yellow stuff, really and truly is supposed to be detoxified, taken out of your bloodstream through the liver. And then the liver is supposed to send it right into your gallbladder where it is concentrated, and then it actually goes into your small intestines. Now, because of that congestion in the liver, whereby the liver is not really doing its fundamental job of detoxification, what happens now is that the toxins remain in the blood and then they get deposited throughout your physical structure. So the liver spot is just deposition of toxins that's supposed to be actually detoxified from your liver. Then you also have your jaundice of your eye. So the sclera of the eye, the white of the eye, would literally become yellow. Why? That yellow color would be just because the liver, right, is not taking out the toxins from the blood, so the toxins are being settled right in the sclera, at the white of the eye or underneath your fingernails or under the skin. So your skin now would literally be looking like yellowish. Right? So you could see people and they, wow, that man looking like, oh, it's a yellow man. Okay, not yellow man in that sense, but basically because of the jaundice, because of that, the toxins that the liver is supposed to be taken out of the blood, they are being deposited underneath the skin, right? On the skin, under your nails, right? And your eyes, even your tongue, right? The teeth, right? So you look at that individual, boy, say, this man, they have liver problems, you know. Yeah, man. So then, we now, growing up, yes, Javon Thompson, greetings to one and all. Give thanks for life. Listen from the Bahamas. Give thanks, Bahamas. Sister Dr. Higgs, give thanks for you over there in the Bahamas. Liver is very important for life. Okay, yeah, the liver is the life. Live, live, liver is very important. Now, growing up, there were certain protocols, there were certain things that were always done when it comes to actually maintain the wellness of your liver. And it is something that one's supposed to be doing in every 21-day cycle. So liver health is not something you're supposed to wait until you're full of liver spots and you have low tar all on your skin and then you have ringworm and then you understand. And for a human with a congested liver could actually begin to suffer with what we call anemia, because 80% of the blood is in the liver at any point in. I mean, you know that your liver does have 80% of the blood actually going through it. So that congestion of the liver, right, would actually result in anemia in the human. Not because the iron is not there, it's just because the iron is not made available because, I mean, of that congestion of the liver. So we're saying that our ancestors, what they used to do, right? What they used to do is principally, they used to specifically have rituals, right? Whereby we always used to detoxify and cleanse out the liver. It was important. You had to cleanse out the liver. So what we did to cleanse the liver? Number one herb that we utilized was the king of the forest, what they call the cassia lata. Now the cassia lata is a herb that it's also like a mild laxative. It's a mild laxative. It's not a purgative. It's a mild laxative. The purgatives are stronger. So it's a mild laxative. So it's a herb that you could take literally for every 28-day cycle. So you're looking at a 28-day cycle is like your moon month. So if you look at your lunar month, not a solar month, right? A solar month would have, them people, they have their solar calendar, right? But a lunar calendar would have 13 months. So you'd have 28 days making that lunar month. Now, it's based upon you. What is it that you are actually trying to achieve within your life? But I will tell you, okay, well, look. So we look at the moon cycle. So you are working with a 28-day moon cycle. So you know you have new moon, full moon, first quarter, and then you have the second quarter. You have in between. So you have when the moon is getting big, you have that first quarter. Then you have the other one when the moon is actually getting small, right? But in between there, you have your full moon when the moon is in its fullness. And that's when the waters actually rise. So in the full moon, any water actually rises up. All right? And in the new moon, okay, the water actually goes down. All right? So then, when it comes to the whole aspect of cleansing, you always cleanse when the moon is actually going down. So from the full moon and you're going down last quarter. All right? Then you're going down to the darker dark. Right? Going into the new moon. Okay, so you will not do a cleansing right after the new moon. Okay, it's just like cutting grass. All right, so if you are gardening and you are going to be cutting grass, they say, well, cut grass when the moon going down. So the grass will take a longer time for it to grow. But if you cut the grass when the moon is actually going up, right, from new moon into full moon, then the grass, as you cut the grass will just begin to grow fast. All right, so then the same principle applies when it comes to the whole aspect of the cleansing of the human's anatomy, your physical structure. So you're not just going to clean your physical structure like you're nuts, like you're mad. No, you're going to clean your physical structure with an overstanding. So we're saying, okay now, so we're looking at the 28-day moon cycle. The 28-day moon cycle. and we are aligning ourselves with that cycle to how it is that we are going to be utilizing particular herbs to get the best value out of the herbs that we are going to be utilizing. So what we say we're doing. All right, so we are going to detoxify and cleanse. So we are going to be using the cassia alata. But when are we going to use the king of the forest or the cassia alata? You are going to use it, right? And it is even greater, more effective when you go into the last quarter now. When the moon now starts going down to the last quarter and going into the new moon, when you see no moon in the sky, the dark, the day before the new moon. So when you go in there, so if you start now, you say, well, you will take 3 days of cleansing for a 28-day cycle, or you're going to be taking 7 days of cleansing for a 28-day cycle. So what you do now, because you are working with the elements, so you're not just going to be cleansing physically, you are going to be cleansing emotionally, energetically, spiritually, ethereally, right? So you are going to be cleansing your whole aura, your whole energy, your space. So as you are drinking that in that particular time now, so you say, okay, all right. So you are looking like for this last 7 days of that phase of that moon. So okay, so you're saying new moon, and you count 7 days from the new moon, the dark, and you go through, and you say, well, look, I'm going to start off, if it's 7 days, 7 days before the dark moon. Not the new moon, the dark moon. Because the dark moon is the day before the new moon. Important, remember that. Okay, so you start 7 days before the dark moon and you go into the 7 days. So you're drinking cassia alata for 7 days. Now, based upon what it is that you want to achieve from that, because, okay, all right, because they have different sciences that the elders teach. I mean, that's like high science that the elders will teach. So they'll tell you, well, for 7, if you're going down for, okay, if you want to cleanse yourself and you really want to cleanse in your spirit, in the entirety of the vibes, then, right? So then you would start with a particular number of leaves to a liter of water until you go down to even like 1 leaf, right? So based upon what is it that you are cleansing, how diseased you are, how much you are tormented spiritually or emotionally, it would depend whether you start off with a 21 leaf and you end up with 7 leaf, right? Or you start off with 7 leaf and you end up with 1 leaf. Or even with 9 leaf and end up with 2 leaf or 3 leaf, based upon how it is that the level of that cleansing that you actually want to get. So as you start off from that 7th day before the new moon, so your cleansing now would end on the dark moon, and then you could take a colon cleanse to free up your structure, right? So every time you take a cooling, you're supposed to take a vigorous cleanse, because what the cooling does, it literally helps to gather everything, scrape the walls, gather everything, all the toxins from your physical structure, gather it up, and then afterwards you take that strong cleanse, and that strong cleanse now allow you to actually drop it out. So if it is that you go through that process whereby you do the cooling and you don't do the cleanse, people get big carbuncles underneath the arms. They're big carbuncles. They have lots of abscesses under the arms, so by the groin area, right, all on their back, on their buttocks, right around the anus. These carbuncles actually form. Why? Because of the gathering of the toxins that were never removed from your physical structure, and then your physical structure has to find a way to get rid of these toxins. So what happens now is that you have abscesses being formed at key positions where you have lots of lymphatic drainage on your physical structure to get rid of these toxins. Very important, right? So if we do not have that full understanding, then it will be very difficult for us to be able to utilize the knowledge that our ancestors actually gave us efficiently, right? So we'll always be thinking that what they ask us to do makes no sense, and the new contemporary science is what is good. All right, so cleansing, the same way that it comes to cutting grass, planting trees, right? You as a human being, you have over 75% of water. Okay, 85% water. Okay, then, okay, all right, 80% water. Okay, all right. So then, if it is that you have so much water in your physical structure, that means that you are affected, right? The same way that the sea is affected, the same way that the river is affected, the same way the plants are affected, the same way you are affected by the energies of the moon. So when it comes to your wellness, right? Right? When it comes to your wellness, it is very important that you deal with it in that complete sphere, that complete science, that complete overstanding, because it's not just abracadabra, you know. It's about overstanding, doing things but doing it deliberately, because you overstand exactly what the outcome is going to be. Prophet Jabi, thanks for the food of 7 oil priest Kailash. You have given hope to many. I have bear testimony. Give thanks, my Lord. Thanks for sharing the ice helpful info. Give thanks, Honorable. Nick Killam, blessed and love, Honorable. What moon phase would be best for procreation? And procreation is always when the moon is coming up. That's when you're in your fullness, right? As the moon is coming up, I mean, you know, you become more fertile. There's a science there's a science of fertility that helps one, even if that, okay, whereby your moon phase alignment can be even more powerful. Your moon phase alignment can be more powerful than your ovulation, okay, than your ovulation cycle. So if it is that you could align yourself energetically, right, with your perfect moon phase, right, what would happen is that specifically is that you would, trust me, I mean, you would get fertile. You'll create some kind of a divine baby, some baby that is higher than high. You understand? Because at the end of the day, it's not only that we're dealing with that kind of a smallish phase, you know, where as a people you only deal with things in the spirit, in the physical sense. There are lots of spiritual aspect to things that people don't understand and that they have to understand. You have to understand. To take a time out and study, right? Take a time out. Yeah, so each moon phase is unique. Yeah, man. Each moon phase is unique to the individual, because you now are you born under a particular moon phase. So you born at a particular time where the moon was at a particular phase. So that is your moon phase. So your alignment, if that phase of the moon is different than somebody else, right? So it is very important that you now could align yourself like that. As you know, we are live on television in St. Lucia, and we are also live on YouTube and Fresh Factory. My beloved sister, we're not yet live on IG. I will just go live on Instagram after after that break. But I mean, definitely we live on Calabash Television in St. Lucia, Calabash, Facebook/Calabash TV live on Facebook, and also live on our YouTube channel. So since it's a live television, it's like, okay, I'm TV. So the background you see in there is really my television background. So even if you're watching me on YouTube live, we are also live on national television in St. Lucia. All right? So we are about to take an intercession. So the people watching us live on YouTube, while you're looking on YouTube, you could just type in your little questions. And then after the intercession, we're going to come in live with you again. So give thanks, Sister Gertrude Barron. Gertrude Barron, is that Dominican? Okay, is this okay? Right. Blessed love, Bossy. Give thanks. And another, bro, Senna and Epsom salt, is it good? Well, we don't use Epsom salt in Senna, right? That salt we would more tell you use something that lubricates the gastrointestinal tract, like a castor oil a coconut oil, you know, extra virgin olive oil, right? These things there we would more use, right? Queen of the Nile. Okay, we're going to answer that question there after our intercession. So we'll take an intercession now, and then we're going to come again and answer your question, Queen of the Nile. So we give thanks as we take an intercession. When we come again, we'll continue. Blessed love.
Is your hurricane emergency kit ready? If you need to evacuate quickly, you will need originals or certified copies of your NIS insurance card, health passport, national ID card, prescriptions, and other important health documents kept safe in waterproof Ziploc bags. Toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, sanitary, and other basic hygiene items. First aid kit, your prescription medications and supplies for chronic conditions. This is especially important for individuals living with chronic conditions like diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, and cancer. Be ready. Stay ready.
This message brought to you courtesy the Bureau of Health Education of the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Banana farmers, remember me? I destroyed the Gros Michel banana variety some years ago. Now my cousin, Tropical Race 4 or TR4, a Fusarium wilt banana disease, is on the horizon in a more aggressive form and can wipe out the banana industry in a flash. Be vigilant. Don't bring any banana plants or plant tissue into the island. Report any unusual symptoms on your banana plots to the Department of Agriculture at telephone 468-5600 or the extension officer in your area. Remember, protect our vital banana industry.
To protect appliances from lightning, rain, and flood water damage, unplug them, then turn off the main switch. Lightning can produce electrical surges which can damage equipment. Protect your electronics from water damage as well. Make sure you have flashlights, battery-powered radios, and extra fresh batteries available. Be smart, stay safe.
It's the power of knowing with Lucy.
Read, learn, grow. The children are the future. Help them read, learn, grow. Early reading is the key, so help them read, learn, grow. Let's show them how much fun it is to read, learn, grow. So parents, you play a part. First and foremost, reading from so young is advantageous. Link with the teachers. Working hand in hand is a must. Just 10 minutes of your child reading to you is a plus. Get fun books, make reading priority. When children read, they are able to learn, and the more they learn, the more they grow. So parents help the kids read, learn, grow. Reading is fun, kids have to know. Read, learn, grow. The children are the future. Help them read, learn, grow. So parents, you play a part.
This message is brought to you by the OECS USAID Early Learners Program, funded by United States Agency for International Development. For more information, log on to www.oecs.org/ELP.
Yes, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life, but give thanks again as we are live again on Kailash Television in St. Lucia. For those of you who are with us live in St. Lucia, and those of you who are live on YouTube, and now also those of you who are live on Instagram, we do give thanks, definitely. And as I was saying previously, that we were supposed to be having like a live Zoom interview with Brother Riza Islam, but because of some technical difficulties, this has been postponed. And definitely we'll actually give you some feed forward on exactly when everything is going to be happening. So we do give thanks for your patience and your understanding. And we were previously, for those because we just joined in on the Instagram, but I mean we've been live on the YouTube. So for those of you who just joined us on the Instagram, definitely we were really looking at the whole realms of utilizing the herbs in the proper moon cycle, and specifically we were looking at the whole aspect of cleansing. And I mean we have some questions of some questions of some people who are asking some specific questions. That is on the YouTube link, on our YouTube link. They were asking, is there anything, okay, Queen of the Nile was saying, is there anything in particular you'd recommend for eczema? I mean, basically for eczema, the best thing for eczema is your cerasee bush. And then because it's remember, anytime when it comes to cleansing of your physical structure, cleansing are always done when the moon is actually going down. Okay, when the moon comes from the full moon going down towards that whole realms of the new moon, right? So cleansing always takes place within that particular phase, and building as you grow actually takes place when the moon actually grows in that size. So when it comes to taking care of your eczema, the best thing to use is your cerasee bush. Cerasee bush, you could use the cerasee herb as a bath to scrub the affected area. You could basically utilize the periwinkle, the cerasee also by, okay, for instance, you could just warm up some shea butter on the low heat, and then you could add the cerasee into it, the cerasee herb, and you allow it to actually on very low heat, simmer take out the active components out of the cerasee, and then you could leave it for up to an hour on the very low heat. So it's not like you are frying it on the hot heat, very low heat, and then you strain it out and you allow it to cool naturally. Don't force cool it. Allow it to cool naturally, and then you could utilize it as a cream, right? So you could bathe with it, wash your physical structure with it, and then you could still utilize it specifically as a cream. Very effective, the cerasee bush, for things like that. All right, so the next question was fresh factory. Okay, give thanks for example, for the moon phase, if I was born on the full moon, how will I follow the cycles? I don't understand. So if you're born, it's not just about being born on a full moon. Okay, it's about your time also, and everything, and the the exact timing that you were born, because you're talking about constellation. Okay, so so your cycle, so that time, that exact moon time that you were born, because remember it's a moon time. So the same way you have like a daytime, you have 6 o'clock every day. So if you're born 6 o'clock, right, so you have 6 o'clock every day. Right now, that is a 6 o'clock every day, but 6 o'clock every day, the heavens won't be at that particular position every single day. But the time that you were born, that moon time that you were born, the moon and the stars and the constellation would be at that same particular spot at that particular moon time, right? So plenty different things are aligned at your particular moon time. So your fertility as a woman is optimum at that particular time. All right. So fresh factory, definitely you could contact me some other time, and then we could actually go into this into deeper detail. So Weasel Patwa, can I give what coloring of toxins, cooling, cleansing methods for one structure, mind and spirit? But as I was saying that, the king of the forest, what they call the cassia alata, or the Christmas candle, when you cleanse, the cooling process is like an intricate cellular cleansing that takes place for the gathering and the decongesting of your liver. So you could use the 7-day drinking of your king of the forest. You drink it 7 days, before the new moon, and then you take a flush out or a cleanse, right, the day before the new moon, the dakadak, that night before the new moon, to thoroughly cleanse out yourself. Because when the moon actually comes on the new moon, by morning time, the moon starts to grow already. So you miss out. All right? So it's important. So the cleansing takes place with that. So you could use the cassia alata, right, which is the king of the forest, right? You could also use aloe vera. You could use seed on the leaf, all them things there. But what through the ancestors, what we have been taught to use prolifically within the Caribbean is our king of the forest. So I give thanks for that knowledge from the ancestors, and I'm just going to be using that specifically. Can menopause be reversed? If you pause. Because remember, it's men on pause. MENOPAUSE. So that means you pause on man. So you could just press play and you could unpause, really. I mean, most people just go into premature menopause, whereby they go into menopause and they're not really supposed to be in menopause. They go into menopause too quickly. All right, so that definitely is also an issue with people that actually goes into menopause too quickly. So yes, you could reverse that. You could reverse it by balancing your hormones. Give thanks for those of you on Instagram. Danny, the Green Lantern, give thanks. Middle Passing, Healing Join. Ladam, give thanks. Crossboss, give thanks. Give thanks for everyone who are on that's there on Instagram with us. Give thanks for all of you. And if you have a question, definitely, yes. Bless. Is Riza Islam? Yes, he's a member of the Nation of Islam. Kisha Sharma, hi. Can you tell me which herbs are good for hypothyroidism? Have a blessed night. Give thanks. Well, I mean, definitely, when it comes to thyroid function, hands down, what you have to go for is the bladderwrack. The bladderwrack is a herb that grows in the sea. It's a sea vegetable, and it is a herb that helps to regulate the function of your thyroid. Okay, so when it comes to hypo or hyperthyroidism, these herbs help to regulate thyroid hormone, and your thyroid is a very important hormone when it comes to your metabolism, when it comes to your bone health. You know that your thyroid produces hormones that can actually determine the amount of calcium within your physical structure, right? So thyroid health, your heart rate, high blood pressure, your hormones, how the glands in your breast actually function. So when it comes to hypothyroidism, definitely you have to jump on your bladderwrack. The bladderwrack is the number one thing for hypothyroidism, right? Yeah, hands down. Can you consume too much sea moss? Sea moss is like a food. I mean, you could have sea moss every day. We have sea moss like every single day. We have sea moss. So it's not in the same form, right? Because we have the sea moss powder. So if we're doing cocoa tea, you put a little sea moss powder. If you're doing some richage, what people would call porridge, you could put some sea moss powder. If you are cooking, you could sprinkle some sea moss powder. All you are doing, you are just adding a level of minerals to your food. So it's not like you could actually have too much sea moss, because you cannot have too much of a particular mineral, because they are what you call essential minerals. These are minerals you're supposed to be actually having in your food, in your feast, every single day. How to get rid of mucus in the throat? I mean, as I said previously, as I said, you could just gargle some warm virgin coconut oil. Just gargle warm virgin coconut oil. You warm the virgin coconut oil and you gargle it to the back of the throat. It could spew out the mucus from the back of the throat. Mula Shik. Okay, all right. Better love, honorable, give thanks. Daniel. Better love, honorable priest, health and strength to the eye. What are the powers of the red clover? The red clover is a detoxifier and immune system enhancer. The red clover that we have down here in St. Lucia is also very potent for prostatic health. Okay, so we use it down here for prostate health. All right, so it's so red it looks purple. Okay, so that is also used specifically here for prostatic health, but very effective immune system. It's a bitter herb, helps to remove parasites from your physical structure, but definitely it's a herb that we utilize here extensively, for detoxification and cleansing, and also as a form of prostatic health, right? Give thanks. So we look at the whole aspect of the cassia lata as a means of detoxifying your physical structure, and then now we are looking at the whole aspect of a colon cleanse. How it is that after you have taken a 7 days of detoxifying, of cooling your physical structure, because the cooling just means that you are reducing the inflammation within your physical structure. So what we do now is that just because we know that we are going to be detoxifying our physical structure, that means that you are drinking the cassia lata, what they call the king of the forest, for that 7th day. So after that 7th day now, on the 7th night, right, you are going to be taking what you call a laxative. a colon cleanse, something to actually cleanse out, make you have some aggressive bowel movement. Because mind you, the king of the forest is going to cause you to have bowel movement. It's going to cause you to actually ease your bowels even more and with less resistance. Your feces is going to be softer, right? Because it's a mild laxative. But after you have gathered all the feces within that time, what you're going to do, you're going to need a colon cleanse. So what can you use to cleanse out your colon? Right? So you're going to use, you could use, okay, like normally what we would recommend is like you could a family of the cassia alata called a senna alata. So you could use a senna alata, right? The senna alata with some castor oil or some coconut oil or some olive oil. So you make it as a tea and you add the oils inside of it and you could drink it. It helps to flush you out naturally. So this is something that our grandparents, our ancestors did continually, meaning that detoxify, remove inflammation, right? And then afterwards, what you do, you take what you call a colon cleanse to thoroughly cleanse out your physical structure. Very, 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 very important. All right. So as we say again, the colon cleanse, we have a product called a free up laxative, okay, which is a colon cleanse. All right, so we create our colon cleanser for a specific reason. So it has flax seeds, that's to lubricate your colon. It has neem for parasites and as a bitter. It has a cassia alata, that's a dandelion root, and it has the castor oil, olive oil, and the coconut oil, basically. So it lubricates and also increases the peristaltic action of your colon. So you actually squeeze out the feces and you wring out the colon to actually get it cleansed out thoroughly. Give thanks. So, hi, I was told CMOS every day impacts the thyroid. Shall I combine it with bladderwrack? Of course, I mean CMOS and bladderwrack combination is an excellent combination. We do have a product whereby we have the CMOS and the bladderwrack already combined as a capsule and also as a powder called the C. It's called System Electrical Augmentation, which is basically CMOS, bladderwrack, and several other herbs actually combined, sea vegetables combined together to give you that full mineral uptake of your physical structure. Yes, from DA. Yes, blessed love Dominica people for joining us. How beneficial is lemon water first thing in the morning? I mean that is something that we always tell the people in Dominica to do. I mean, if you Gertrude Baron, if it is that you've been one of our clients, one of our guidelines would be squeeze, take a bottle of warm water and squeeze rough cut lemon, not just any lemon, the rough cut lemon, the indigenous lemon or the sour orange into the water and drinking it. That's a very good liver cleanser also. And if you add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil into it or coconut oil, I mean that actually helps to cleanse out the liver and the gallbladder very effectively. Is burning natural wood good for the environment? Of course it's good. Yeah, man. Great. Kunzu Wunzu. Tomorrow is Pisces alignment on lunar calendar. So those star energies of the zodiac shines brightest for energy of the moon shining on it, I think. Okay, yes, you've got it. You've got it. So, and you know that there are different herbs are aligned with different planetary alignments, right? And different herbs are aligned specifically with different constellations. So there is the esoteric knowledge of herbs, right? So it is not just that the herbs are always only dealt with upon a physical bellyache, headache. The herb is also aligned planetarily and lunar and astrally. And then utilizing it with that knowledge allows you to get more from the herb. How can I remove stones from the kidney? As we've said over and over and over and over again, the best way to remove kidney stone is by utilizing what you would call the seed on the leaf. Seed on the leaf, which is basically what they call a guenabafe in St. Lucia. That's a must. That there is like a guarantee removal of kidney stone. Once you use that, the kidney stone must move. Seed on the leaf. We have an even more potent combination, which is the seed on the leaf, the stinging nettle, and the Spanish needle in one of our products called the urinary cleanse that will fly out the kidney stones like a, like a jam. Yes, Sister Nana Styles 04, give thanks, love, give thanks for the wave, give thanks for all those of you who are live on Instagram, those of you live on YouTube, and also those of you watching us right here in St. Lucia on Calabash Television. We do give thanks. Food of 7. Octavius, my friend. The Kunzi Wunzi. The creator designed the stars, moon, sun for us. Yeah, well, okay, we know that one already, but I mean, all people use it. We use it for our benefit and for the upliftment and wonderful vibes. It's just love, stars and moon. That's for I and I here. Octavius, hey Priest Kailash, what are the benefits of molasses and baking soda in warm water in the morning? It's not molasses and baking powder. It's not something I just recommend in warm morning. I would more tell you use a lemon and in warm water. Especially for someone with like high blood pressure, baking powder is like sodium. So all them things there. And you have to be mindful of the type of molasses that you utilize, because most of the sugar cane that they plant, they put plenty of chemicals in the sugar fields, and the molasses basically is like a combination. It's a concentrate of all these things that they utilize to grow the sugar. So you have just to be a bit careful. I'll tell you, just use some warm water and some lemon. Okay, that's better for you. Janisha86 on Instagram wants to know what ingredients are in the restful tea. Well, the restful tea, it has rosemary, it has patchouli, it has chamomile, it has vervine, right? It has hemp seeds, hemp roots, hemp bark, hemp leaves, hemp flowers. Yeah, very potent. Mon ami just joined. Give thanks, Honorable. Okay, give thanks, Honorable. Sending blessings of continued expansion soon coming to assist in the fullness. I mean, definitely, my sister. You're definitely welcome, and whenever you're ready, the gates are open wide. Magda Tess, Salam, Honorable, thank you for your wise mind. I do give thanks for you acknowledging it also. So definitely we give thanks for life and a mighty life giver, and we're just asking if you have any questions more that you want to ask. Definitely, as we look at the whole realms of the cleansing, from the cooling aspect, where you cool using the lunar phase that is going down, whereby the moon from the last 7 days of that moon cycle going into the new moon for cleansing, and then as you build back up your physical structure. So when you start to build, when the new moon hit and you start to build, your strength automatically start to increase, right? So then you start off your CMOS recharge in the morning, your smoothies, right? Your green juices, all these things, they are important, because all of our healing is done based upon that knowledge. Okay, blessed Lord, what's good for weight loss and how to regulate the menstrual cycle? For weight loss, we tell you drink plenty of sea moss and bladderwrack. It helps to stimulate the thyroid. So what happens is that it helps to naturally cause you to burn down your stored fat. Okay, you could also use, we do have a product called the Slim Now. You could get it on akimpia.com. The Slim Now, definitely you could just use the Slim Now for weight loss. And we do have a capsule called the Fruitful Capsule for balancing, and we have a female package also for hormonal balancing. You could just check it on akimpia.com or look at priestkailash.com. But for menstrual cycle regulation, you could use herbs. Okay, our combination is like this: St. John's bush, vervine, damiana, periwinkle, right? Bladderwrack, okay? And we have also the calabash or the gourd, Jourd. All these things there combined together to actually give you a very good thing for regulating of your menstrual cycle. So you have a product called the Home Cleanser, or definitely you could get the female package. Diamond Kush, give thanks. Please, can you talk about fibroids prevention and treatment? What's good to clean your eyes? Okay, all right. Yeah, we'll talk about that shortly. You know, fibroids is like a program by itself. Diamond Kush, probably one of these days, yeah, we'll just do a program just on that, because that's a program all by itself. All right, that there is a program all by itself. Because for the treatment of fibroids and polycystic ovarian syndrome, what we have is like a 21-day program, because you basically have to deal with the mental issues, because 80% of our females with fibroids are people who've been traumatized in one way or the other. They've gone through a certain level of trauma, okay? And then, so you have to deal with that first, the trauma. How is it that you are going to balance yourself? How is it that you are going to stabilize yourself? How is it that you are going to say, well, okay, all right, you forgive yourself for your past endeavors, your encounters. And then now, how is it that you are going to move forward? That is the first step with fibroids, okay? Now when it comes to the whole aspect of your thoughts, because it's all about hormones, fibroids is caused by estrogen dominance. You have too much of the estrogen hormone, so it actually literally causes tumors to grow in your womb. So a fibroid is a leiomyoma. It's a tumor in the womb, right? So definitely, to deal with fibroids, it's a whole, you have to change that mental focus and become more gracious, show more gratitude, forgive, let go, and then now, you begin to implement that complete lifestyle change where you stop eating all dead animals, you go on a strictly plant-based diet, no soya products, applications over the womb, vaginal inserts, and also the female package. You have to actually utilize that specifically. What are the benefits of cinnamon powder and honey taken in the night? Well, cinnamon powder is basically, it helps in the whole realms of increasing your heat energy. It's a heat herb, all right? And also it helps in the regulation of your blood sugar level, helps to cause your pancreas to function much better. Mark the test. Can you recommend herbs that we can take every day for optimum health? And can young children have herbal tea? Young children must always have herbal teas. Growing up, I had herbal tea every single day, right? And especially the soursop leaf tea is a tea that we used to have like almost every day. They used to call it l'angette. Literally it's something you take every single day, morning or night, right? Every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day. You can use that every single day. So there are herbs you could use. I will not tell you to use a herb every single day for the rest of your life. But there are for instance, scallion or spring onion or chives. It's a herb. So you use it in your cooking every day. Parsley is a herb. Oregano, basil, they are herbs. Turmeric, cayenne pepper, they are herbs. So there are things that people actually utilize every single day when it comes to the whole realms of their eating and their drinking, and it's a herb, right? So we give thanks at PLW, give thanks for joining us, Honorable. Let's too give thanks for joining us. But definitely those people who have that full understanding, right, of the whole aspect of herbs, then you cycle herbs. Every 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, you intermingle herbs. You don't just take a herb all the time. It's always good to cycle your herbs. Masani Ala, Peace King, how and where do I look to purchase your kidney stone tonic? As I said, the kidney stone, if you could get the seed on the leaf, definitely you could just use that. But you could go on akimpierre.com and you could get the urinary cleanse, or you could just send us an email, info@priestkailash.com. That is info@priestkailash.com, info@priestkailash.com. And Honorable, we will definitely connect with you and get that kidney stone tonic for you to remove that kidney stone. Guarantee. Okay, guarantee. All right. So when we say guarantee, we mean guarantee, Trust me, for our free up laxative comes with a guarantee. When you drink it, right, it's supposed to cleanse you. If it doesn't cleanse you, we give you back another bottle for you to drink. That's it. What is good for anemia? Red raspberry, very potent. Vervine, very potent tonics for anemia. Your callaloo, amaranth, very good for anemia. But it's always important to cleanse out your liver to actually at least allow what you have available in your liver, the blood in your liver, the iron in your liver, allow it to become available to your entire physical structure. We are due for another intercession, right? We are due for another intercession. So when we say intercession, it's explaining to the people on YouTube and Instagram, it means that when we go on that little intercession, because we are also live on television in St. Lucia, so we'll take an intercession as we are just streaming live in St. Lucia, live TV, and we are live on YouTube, and also we are live on Instagram for those people who want to be on Instagram also. All right, so when we come again, definitely we'll respond to all your questions, Janisha and Nana and Lana, on deep-rooted canals, Wessel, all those of you who are asking questions, we're going to answer your questions. And when you come forward also, we are going to open up the telephone lines. Blessed Lord, give thanks.
It's hurricane season. Know the BBCs of water safety. Boil or bleach and clean. Boil. Bring water to a rolling boil for at least 5 minutes. Cool and then use immediately or store in a clean container and seal until needed for use. Bleach. If you cannot boil water, use 8 drops of unscented bleach for each gallon of water. Stir and let stand for 30 minutes. Use immediately or store in a clean container and seal until needed for use. Clean. Always clean all containers with bleach and wash out thoroughly before storing water in them.
This message brought to you courtesy the Bureau of Health Education of the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Your roof or window might leak during a storm, so unplug all electronics and turn off the main switch. Remember, never stand in water while operating switches or unplugging any electrical device. After power is restored, switch on appliances one at a time so you do not overload the system. If electrical outlets were covered in flood water, contact a licensed electrician before turning the power back on.
Banana farmers, remember me? I destroyed the Gros Michel banana variety some years ago. Now my cousin, Tropical Race 4 or TR4, a Fusarium wilt banana disease, is on the horizon in a more aggressive form and can wipe out the banana industry in a flash. Be vigilant. Don't bring any banana plants or plant tissue into the island. Report any unusual symptoms on your banana plots to the Department of Agriculture at telephone 468-5600 or the extension officer in your area. Remember, protect our vital banana industry.
Yes, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life given. We give thanks as we are live again once more. Give thanks for all those of you who are live with us on YouTube, on Instagram, and those who are live on Kailash Television St. Lucia. We'll open up the lines now that people could actually call and streaming also on Facebook, www.facebook.com. And those of you who want to call live on the television program, the number is 1758 451-9349, 1758-453-1730. Definitely you could give us a call. All right. So we have a couple of questions that we have to answer. Okay, on Instagram first. Let us just hear what okay. Sister Nana, you missed the whole aspect of the fibroids. I won't be able to go into detail now. We do a live a program just on that. Do you recommend fasting? What fasting do I encourage? What fast? CMOS fast, raw foods fast? Well, for fasting is like just not eating nothing, not eating anything at all. So like there's a fasting like this, right? You stop eating at 6 p.m. in the evening and you don't eat anything until, let's say, 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, 12 p.m., you break the fast, meaning that you say a little prayer, you shake some water in your mouth, and and then you give yourself 2 hours to feast. All right, so you feast between 12 and 2, and after 2 o'clock, you don't eat anything again until, right, 6 o'clock gone, come again. You don't eat anything all the way until 12 o'clock. So you could fast like this. So you only eat for 2 hours for 7 days or for 28 days or for 40 days. So there is a fast. Basically, we fast like that 40 days or 44 days every year, right? And then there is that everyday fast, every strong fast that we do. We do that type of fast where we don't eat from 6 p.m. until 12 p.m. like every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. So it's like a continual fasting. So fasting is very important. So if you want to do a water fast where you only drink water, right, you could do that, but it's not fasting because you're still consuming. Or you want to do a CMOS fast, I mean, that all these things there is like still eating, right? Okay, because these things there is basically because you fast, you starve the physical to actually uplift the spiritual. You understand? So you keep the stomach empty just so you could actually develop your mind and your heart. Okay, that is the heart chakra, you know, and also your chakras right here and your illumination energy, right, to be illuminated. All right, so fasting is not just about fasting, drinking water and drinking sea moss. It's about just not eating, keep the stomach empty, right, to stimulate spiritual development. What is recommended for impotence? I mean, we have a complete meal package for impotence. It's 7 products plus a capsule called the Afro. Definitely, it's not just about take one thing and then you got an erection. To be impotent, you have to invest time and energy in yourself. To the eyes, there's a herb called the plantago or the plantain bush. Not the plantain like the banana plantain, the plantago. That is a very effective eye cleaner. Also, you could utilize chalice water. After you burn some cannabis ganja in a chalice, the water you could actually just filter it some cheesecloth and use it as an eye drop. Very effective. You could crush the green vervine leaf in water, strain through a cheesecloth and use it as an eye drop, or you could just make the tea with the vervine and clean the eye. These things, they are also very good. Okay, all right. I think that's it there for these people here. Okay, all right. So 4519349453 1730. People in St. Lucia. Okay, let me see what Gertrude Baron. Is soursop leaves good for high blood pressure other than relaxing? I mean, anything that relaxes you, relaxes your arteries, so it actually allows a decrease in blood pressure. So you could actually, it actually assists in regulating the blood pressure. Okay. Fresh Factory, Honor and Majesty, Honorable. Is it true that people with anemia are not iron deficient, but their liver cannot absorb? Some people are like that. All right, so they'll need to clean the liver first, definitely, right? But some people have different types, like pernicious anemia. You understand? So there are different types of anemia. So different people, some women that just bleed heavily when they have their cycle, so they lose lots of blood. Okay, so different people do have different types of anemia. Are there herbs for good for cleaning the atmosphere? Can the I name them? Herbs like your anamu, or what they call a gully root. That's the #1 herb for cleansing your environment or your atmosphere. The root of it, the leaves of it, the bark of it, very effective. The gully root or the anamu, or what they call the in Jamaica they call it how do you call it again? The gully root. Okay, it will come forward again. Okay. Bam bam bam. Much love, peace, honor, and respect to all from Louisiana. Give thanks, Julie Kelly. The Lincoln from Louisiana. Glorify. Lendy Paris, Honorable, how often can someone use lemon in hot water with oil? Lemon and hot water can be like an every morning thing, but with the oil, not every morning. Okay? The lemon with the warm water can be an every morning thing. Could be a ritual you do every single morning. Okay? Just like drinking juice. Okay? So just to get lemon tea. You know, it's excellent for your just cleansing out your physical structure and removal of free radicals. All right? Metal detector promotion. All right. A friend of mine is bleeding since July and have gotten progressive growth. She's on bed rest at an iron pill. The doctor said she will need a transfusion if it continues. What herbs she can use? I mean, for sure, I could guarantee that. Okay, see, like, I could guarantee that you have a product called the Answer that will stop the excessive bleeding. Even if she uses the herb called periwinkle. periwinkle. You know, if you know what the herb periwinkle is? Periwinkle, okay, yeah, it's guinea hen weed. Give thanks, pure one blog. It's guinea hen weed. Give thanks, honorable. You see, it's iron sharpeneth iron. Continents of one man, brighteneth another. So even if you see, even if you know it's guinea hen weed, but sometimes you just don't know, it just leave you. But there you are, beloved, and you actually helped me out. Give thanks. It's called the anamu is called guinea hen weed in Jamaica. We do give thanks. Rastafari. Yeah, so definitely the periwinkle will stop that. Will stop that excessive bleeding urgently. A friend of mine, yeah, okay, metallic detector. Good evening, Honorable. How long does it take to cleanse the liver? Do a 7-day cycle of liver cleansing. 7-day cycle, basically meaning that you just cleanse you just do the king of the ferrets for the 7 days, and it works excellently. It's brilliant. Okay. Yes, Pupa 45 is Guinea and weed to give thanks, Honorable. You see, okay, we have pure mom blog. Bless us, and now we have another person blessing us. Yes, caller, blessed. Caller, I think your TV is too loud. Just bring down the volume. Yeah. So it's just, yes, Brother Akim, yeah, Guinea hen weed, give thanks. See, oh, so many people telling us now. So we have Instagram tell us, YouTube tell us. Okay, right. And the caller was trying to tell us, when you call in live, just turn down the volume of your television a bit, so at least we don't get that feedback. All right? Give thanks. Yes, Akim, give thanks. You know, Akim, somebody said they're missing your videos, man. You see, I've been telling you, the people love that energy. Now, you see? Yeah, so Akim Pierre is right there, Weasel Patwa, so you could tell him that you miss his videos. He's right there. So you could tell him right now, so he can do a video just for you. 45193494531730. When you call, keep the volume of your TV down, because the people who are trying to call, the volume of TV is so high that we really cannot do it. Can I use lime instead of lemon for liver? Lime, the best is the bitter orange, or what they call the Leonce, or the original sour orange, or the rough coat lemon, or the key lime, or the seeded lime, right? So if your limes have no seed, not good. Rough coat lemon, all right. Okay. Sour orange, good. Okay. So Jules B. Okay, Akimpia answer you already. Give thanks. Right, so give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. Definitely, we do give thanks for all those of you who are here with us. We only have about 15 minutes remaining. And then any more questions that we have on Instagram, anyone wants to say anything, definitely, you could ask your questions right now, as we are going to be winding down. So as we said, we spoke extensively on the whole aspect of cleansing within the moon phase, when the moon is going down 7 days before the new moon, and utilizing the herb called the Cassia alata, or the king of the forest. And as you see, the gully root, or the anamu, or the guinea hen weed, that these herbs there are herbs that you could burn to actually cleanse out your space, your atmosphere, in that same time that you are cleansing out your physical structure, right? So, and I'm not saying that guinea hen weed is only used for that. I'm just saying that it is one of the most potent herbs for cleansing your space. And also, you could make a tea of it and use to mop up. Yeah, they call it feuille du tea. You could use the tea of it to mop up and clean out your place, right? Yeah, excellent. I mean, Duva tea is basically like a cure for all. Feuille du tea is a cure for all. Anything you think about is a cure for all. Any recommendations for reduction of female facial hair growth? You could use herbs like your Damiana. It helps to regulate your hormones. Also your periwinkle, the St. John's bush. All these herbs there help to regulate the hormones, right? And stop stressing. Okay. Can I use aloe vera to clean my structure? Yes, you could use aloe vera, but it's good to chop the aloe vera with the skin on. Put it to soak in like a cup of water with the skin on, and you grate about 3 inches of ginger into it and squeeze half of a key lime or half of a sour orange or lemon, and allow it to soak for 3 hours and drink it at 6 o'clock in the evening. Okay? I just told you how to use it. All right? I guess I have to order that ASAP. Respect family. Okay, all right. You have to order it fast because these herbs just finish very fast. Remember, all of the herbs are available on akimpia.com. Are there particular herbs to enhance stamina for one who already has high stamina? For me, I just discovered that. I'm not discovered. I just uncovered. Just covered. One of the best herbs for your stamina is the vervain. Blue vervain. Blue vervain has so much iron in it, man. It just makes you like an Iron Man. I think that Iron Man, that movie, that Iron Man thing, was really about iron. The Iron Man, the iron herb called the vervain. The vervain, excellent. Blue vervain, full of power, full of potency, helps to give you plenty of stamina. Trust me. Trust me, I'm telling you. Good, great. Yes, so definitely we give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. As we said, we were supposed to have Brother Riza Islam with us tonight, but because of technical difficulties, it wasn't meant to be. So at the end of the day, when it comes tonight, we do give thanks for the session that we had tonight to fill up. So we've not received any calls from send 45193. Come on, man. Come on. What's happening? 4519349453173. Is everything good for our telephone line, Mr. Fanis? Let us know. I don't know what happened to. Everything is good. You're not even giving us a call. We had a couple of calls. Something happened. I got cut off, but whatever. Would blue vervain be best for insomnia? I would tell you, Empress Dora, that the best herb would be the sour supleaf. The sour supleaf for insomnia. Or insomnia. Okay, I think I get it right, my English. Yes, Prophet Jabi, give thanks, my Lord. Heart of love, give thanks for the man and the original weatherman, Prophet Kwame. I see the man keeping it up. All love and prosperity to the entire family. I pray everything is good with the youths, and then they must be big up and strong up. You right? Long time. I know that if the corona, the long time they are supposed to come in and spend a time with us in St. Lucia. I pray that everything would be blessed. Okay? Yes, Empress Dora. Yeah, and Empress Dora, remember we have the restful tea. The restful tea is the power pack. I gave my mother some, because she said, Priest, I cannot rest. I drove down, I brought some restful for her, and she's now asking for more because she was resting so good. So the restful tea that we have a blend called a restful tea. Potent. Yes, go on with your caller, blessed.
Hi, good night, Mr. Kailash.
Yeah, blessed, give thanks.
I have a question I want to ask you.
Go ahead.
If you personally feeling sick, and there's only one herb you could use, only one herb, apart from marijuana, what would that herb be?
I will not say if I personally was feeling. If I tell you there is one herb that I would think that would be like a herb that would actually assist if anything I'm going through apart from cannabis, right? Obviously I would use ganja first, and that'd be the first herb because that's the herb that is known to have the widest spectrum of healing, right? But I would tell you I could use the feuille du vent, the root of the feuille du vent, right? As one of the most potent herbs, the root of the feuille du vent. Definitely very, very potent. I could also tell you the Spanish needle, the Zebazedri. That is a very potent herb also. And I could still tell you the vervain. It's also a very, very potent herb.
Mr. Kailash.
Yes.
What I'm only trying to find out, if your life depends on it and there's only one herb, except marijuana, one.
But I tell you, I give it to you in order already.
You give me how many, but you personally, one.
As I say, I would not say because marijuana is not always close to me. I don't live to be without marijuana. I use marijuana. If there is no marijuana, I'll use the feuille du vent. Okay? Okay. There we so. Blessed.
Good night, Priest Kailash.
Blessed love, how are you doing?
Okay, all right.
Give thanks.
How good How good is Nimbush good?
Well, Nimbush
How good
is
Nimbush
it's very good. It's good. It helps you regulate your blood sugar
is
levels.
for
Like if
pressure?
well, it's more. It's the back of the neem tree is what you use for the pressure. Like you boil the back, right? The leaves would be more for regulating of your blood sugar levels. So if you are diabetic, you can use the neem leaf, right? 13 leaves to a cup of hot water. But for pressure, the
Okay.
back of it is more potent for the pressure, for regulating the pressure. All right. So
Oh,
yeah,
then.
that's it. Okay.
Oh, wait, thank you.
Love, blessed, give thanks. Well, as the brother asked a question a while ago, but I personally would not live my life like not to have ganja, like marijuana all the time. Like, I mean, it is like the medicine, that as I've said previously, marijuana is what saved my life as a child. When I was a baby, a baby, I was extremely sick. I was like I die and I come forward again, because many people thought I'd have never made it to adulthood or to even like infancy, right? Because of how sick I was when I was a baby, vomiting and diarrhea. It was cannabis, cannabis is ganja that actually saved me. I mean, from baby, it was my godfather, who really is Akim Pierre's father, who actually made had at one ganja tree that harvested it and bring it for me, for my grandmother to make a tea for me. And here I am today. So I always work towards having ganja, right? So, well, okay, you understand, you know how it is, it's illegal in St. Lucia, they say, but I mean, that's a herb that as a medicine, as a tincture, whatever form, medicinally, right? I mean, that's a noble. I mean, yeah, hands down. Yeah. hmm I don't. I mean, it's something that I try not to stay without. Yeah. So if I have to get a plane and fly to Antigua where it's legal, or St. Vincent where it's legal, or Jamaica where it's legal, I mean, come on, But that one herb, definitely. Excellent. But like I say, the feuille du vent, excellent. You could, if there's one herb and thing, definitely I would always work. I don't live like as if it's a mistake. There are things that are important to me, and I always want to have these things there. Always. So just work to always have whatever that's important to you in your midst and in your presence. Yes, Fresh Factory, give thanks. What other ways you can utilize cannabis other than smoking it or turn into oil? You could just burn it. You just have a coal pot and just burn it and make it cleanse out your space, because the ganja smoke does chase out evil spirit, Fire! Burn the wicked. Ganja smoke does chase out the wicked, so you could just burn it. Right? Like any bush, because it's a herb, just burn it. Just burn it in a coal pot and clear your space. Right? As a tea, as a capsule, as a tea bag, Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, it's like any other herb, just coal pot, just burn it. Ganja is the only herb that if you're in a room full of ganja and the ganja catch a fire, you can breathe. And you won't choke. Any other smoke does choke you and kill you, except ganja smoke. All right, you better know. Don't say I never tell you. All right, definitely 8:23, and we're going down. We give thanks for all those of you who have called. Is there any other questions that you want to ask us before we move? Our time is actually coming into a fullness. Give thanks for all those of you who have been with us tonight. How long you could store CMOS in the fridge? Is it the gel? I mean, you don't need to put CMOS in the fridge. CMOS can be stored like outside outside of the refrigerator for long. It doesn't need to be in the fridge. The gel, of course, yeah. You need to keep it in the refrigerator. As long as it doesn't have any kind of fungus growing on the top of it, it's good. All right? But I mean, right now we have the CMOS powder. The CMOS powder, oh my goodness, the CMOS powder is the bomb. Anything I mean, if I do my cocoa tea, CMOS powder. If I do some some Macambu Richard, sea moss powder, right? So I have that powder in every single thing. 4519349453170. Let's take one more call before we move. As we are closing in, we give thanks for all those of you who are there. Janisha 86, give us a call, 4518813, and definitely come and see us. I will give you something to help you. Every time you're asking about that fat loss, I will give you something, and then guess what? When the fat is lost, then you will pay. Okay? All right. Give thanks. All right. So 451. I know you. I mean, I think that you linking from St. Lucia. Huh? I think that you linking from St. Lucia. So just link us. 451-8813. That's 1758. 451-8813. That's the office number. You could definitely link up, and we will only take the money after that fat has been lost. If the fat is still found, we are taking the money. So we'll give you something until you lose that fat that you've been trying to lose and hide. Okay? Yes, like I'm caller, blessed.
Blessed love.
Yes, blessed.
I would like to know what you recommend, any home remedies for blocked fallopian tubes.
Well, as I said, there are home remedies like your yoni steam. You'd have to do some yoni steams, meaning that you'd have to boil herbs like St. John's bush, feuille du vent, bay leaf. You understand? Vin, kokum kuli. You boil them and you put your aloes and your thing, and then you sit down over the hot water, right in a bucket to actually steam up the vaginal area. That's just one part of it. But then you need inserts, vaginal inserts, like tampons formed with herbs to insert and live for 24 hours. You know, plus you need the female package. So we have that all work out for you. We have people who had blocked tube that make baby already, you know. Okay, all right. And sometimes they call us 5 years afterwards. Give thanks for all those who call us when it just happened. All right. Any upcoming retreats? Yes, we have a retreat coming up in December. Definitely we are working towards that. So just check on akimpia.com. You will see the upcoming retreat for December. Any herbal suggestion for brain damage, your vervine, also the cow itch, extra virgin coconut oil, you know, rosemary, all these things there are good herbs for brain damage. How can I get one of your herbal manual books? Oh, Honorable, just you could order it on akimpia.com. akimpia.com, definitely you could order the herbal manual. It's there. Kailash.com is down for now. All right, so give thanks, Nikki Lem, yes, give thanks, Kunzu Unzi, give thanks, Natasha Lake, give thanks for the knowledge, give thanks, Honorable. Louis Allen, thank you, Honorable, give thanks. Dignity of Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, vegan peace. I wanted to know if you have any suggestions on how to deal with anxiety. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath every time you feel anxious. Just breathe deep, breathe deep, breathe deep, breathe deep within, and do some belly breathing. Use patchouli tea, is very good. Use chamomile, very good. Also, cleanse your colon. All right. Poopa 45, how do you light your chalice? Do you recommend using a light? We use coals, charcoal coal, definitely. We use coals. Ganja stick coals, charcoal coals. Yeah, give thanks. Yes, Poopa 45, give thanks for how do I get rid of moles? Moles are spies, okay? So you just keep away from bad company. But if it's the other kind of moles, you could use the papain from the pawpaw. That juice from the pawpaw, use it, or the juice from the pineapple. It helps to eat off the mole. All right? Akimpia, give thanks, Honorable. Looking forward for the Irish moss powder. Yeah, my lord, I know it's coming, man. It's going to cut and clear. Cut and clear, rented all obstacles and snares. Free water away. We'll enchant. All right? And we're looking for the free up laxative challenge also. Cut and clear. All right. Blessed love, Goddess Uhuru, give thanks. Santa, give thanks. Love and spice, oh, give thanks, my Lord and Empress. Give thanks, Priest Richie Kess Westmore and Empress Desma. Love and spice. Priest, I don't know if he's utilizing love and the Empress is the spice, or the Empress is the love and you the spice. You have to let me know who is the love and who is the spice. All right, and one of these days, Empress Desma supposed to come on and talk about her thing. It's a long time she said that, but I don't know if she TV shy. So love and spice, give thanks for the Honorable Honorable Empress Desma and Honorable Kes Wesmore Amubeni Monseigneur. What do you use to increase testosterone? Get the male package, Octavius, my friend. Louis Alain. Oh, Empress Desma is the spice and the priest is the love. Give thanks for the clarification, Honorable. Remember, you have to come and talk about your Love and Spice brand and tell the people about what you have. I mean, it's about a couple of years you have to do that and you're still not doing it. I don't know. Remember, the invitation is still there for the eye. Cross harmonics. Give thanks. How many leaves do you use for the Feuille du Venti? 7, 9, 13, 21. Yeah. Or 3 or 1. Give thanks. Based upon your need. Alright. Honorable. Give thanks for the love. Will do soon. Give thanks, Honorable Love and Spice. Priest Richie is the love and Empress Desma is the spice. There you have it. If you were ever wondering, Honorable. Queen of the Nile, thank you for the abundance of knowledge. Give thanks, Honorable, for the love, Queen of the Nile. Cross harmonics, give thanks. Give thanks for all those of you who were there with us. How can I purchase the book? Go on akimpia.com. priestkailash.com is not available right now. How can I make a herbal tampon? We'll make a video on the herbal tampon just for you. Okay? And show you exactly how to do it. Okay? Alright. Give thanks, Honorable Michelle Claudia. Give thanks, Honorable, for joining us. Give thanks. I mean, that's the end of it, Michelle. You come at the very end. My, what can I consume or do to get rid of belly fat besides working out? What you have to do is use sea moss, okay, and bladderwrack. Give thanks to the Almighty, like give thanks to all of you who were with us today. And eye problem, as we are saying, is chalice water, and then your vervine tea. Use it to wash the eye and all these different things. Yes, yes, Empress Dora, Honorable. Give thanks for the eye and Honorable Akim Pierre. Right, Ras Akim. I don't know. What happened to Rasta Pharaoh? You know. People asking for Rasta Pharaoh. You know, so you better make Rasta Pharaoh happen. So give thanks again for all of you who join us. Give thanks for all of you who call here in St. Lucia. May the Almighty God bless and keep you and make His holy face shine upon your holy face. Remember, right now we are also live. We are also open again on Jeremy Street, Livity, Living the Tea, the Living Tea. Give thanks for the Almighty Life Giver. Blessed love.